Okay. Hello. Hi. Nice. Okay. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi, how are you? Okay. Let's see. Alright. Well, that's cool. Okay. Hopefully it stays like this. Hi. Like, subscribe, your membership. Hello, happy Monday. Yeah. Happy Monday. Okay. Well, I have warming up to do. So, I'm going to warm up. Hello. Hi. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hi, un sospiro. Oh, you want un sospiro? I actually don't play any of that, but sure, I'll play a little bit of what I remember. Hi. Hello, amazing. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Chopsticks, please. Ha! To be honest, I don't know chopsticks very well. Oh, happy Mother's Day? I'll tell my mother. Thank you. And yeah, sure, happy Mother's Day. Happy early Mother's Day to all mothers. For anyone that yeah, has a mother and has had a mother. So I guess everybody here. Yeah. I personally am not a mother, so I guess I have to pass it on to everybody else. And then since you said Happy Mother's Day, he demands Happy Father's Day, cause he's, spoiler alert, he's a father. He's a faja. Yeah. So you said Happy Mother's Day, then he demands Happy Father's Day. By the way, Happy May 4th. Let's see. He comes with the name tag, Darth Vader. All right. Well, Happy Mother's Day and Happy Father's Day. I said it. Don't glare. He's my father? No way. Well, that's not true. Take it back. Oh, cool. Well, happy Everyone's Day. Happy Everyone's Day. Good to see you. Good to have you all here. I play the piano too. All right, that's good. All right, I'm gonna keep warming up. Thank you. What? Just a second. The microphone fell off. You guys just fell off. Are you guys okay? The force is strong with this one. Yeah. It still survived the fall. What? Sound is still there? Yeah. Okay, cool. You love my jacket. I know, right? I do too. It's very warm, actually. Hey, Eleazar. Hi. Hi. Oh my god, lessons. I know, right? Oh, that's so funny. It's this, you know, Vader. Vader. Yeah. Okay. Well. Hello everyone. Hi. Like, subscribe, join membership. Hey. I'll just practice. Okay. Let's see. Where? That's the last part. Where am I? It's not here. It must be right here. Oh, there it is. That's the A flat. Okay. So these are fourths. This one is a third. Sorry, A sharp. Okay. Sorry. All right. After I warm up, stick around. Yeah, today is not a request day, but I'll make an exception for your request. But just stick around. I'm still warming up. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hi, warming up here. Like, subscribe, join membership. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Mark Bridges. Hi. I have had a wonderful weekend. Yeah, it's been very busy. uh, it's been so busy. I didn't have time to sleep in or anything like that. It's just been very, very busy. Um, yeah, how's everyone else? How's everyone? Good to catch up. Yeah, cool. Nice. Yeah, very nice. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hi, like, subscribe, join membership. Hi, hi. Cool. fun? Isn't Moonlight fun? Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're welcome so much. Yeah. Oh, hey, Dr. Ryan, welcome back. I remember you. Hello, everyone. Hi. Like, subscribe, join membership. Hi. All right. Still warming up. Thank you. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hey. Okay. Hey, Midge. Hey, Midge. Hi. How are you? Happy May the 4th. Well, he demands Happy Father's Day, but sure. Just a second. Okay. Fantasy impromptu or Diva Strum? I could do both, but I. That is actually a triad. Did you guys know? It's just triads. Yeah, isn't it fascinating? For those of you who are beginners and you know triads, you know fantasy impromptu because triads are in fantasy impromptu too. Guess what? Triads are in Moonlight, fantasy impromptu, Leave a Strum. There's a lot of triads everywhere. Isn't that great? Hello everyone. Hey, like, subscribe. Hi. Yeah. Schubert impromptu. Schubert impromptu. I'm still Hi, thanks for coming by. It's not request day, but yeah, playing a little bit of what you're requesting. Nice. Thank you. Like, subscribe, join membership. Let's see. The Vader's here today. I know, right? It's his day. He's trying to stop. He's trying to stop. Cause he has an empire to protect. Hello, hi. Hello, hi. Wowzers. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Is there a handle by the name Tryhards? Or are you just calling people tryhards? At least you know the reason why you're being blocked. You know, yeah. There's no way. I know, right? It's coming. You know? There's this one person that just says, "Oh, can you play Liebestrom or Fantasy Impromptu? We could play either." And then I'm like, "Okay." I play Fantasy Impromptu. Yeah, but I like Liebestrom. And today's not even a request day. Okay, that means I'm not taking any more requests. Most of the flowers. I know, right? That's beautiful, right? It's just very, very beautiful. Yeah, Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky writes one of the most beautiful music. Thank you. Hi. Hello. Hi. Like, subscribe. Today is not request day. I tried to accommodate, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna play my pieces. And then when I feel warmed up, I'll play some Star Wars music. Stay tuned. Thank you. If you want to come back in an hour, you could do that. Like, subscribe, join membership. thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, just a second. Okay. Hi. Oh, hello. Hi. Ah, very nice. Yeah? So that means it is Cinco de Mayo there. Hello. Thank you. Bravo. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. That means you've transitioned from May the 4th to Cinco de Mayo. Cool. I like May. Kind of, well, what's my favorite month? Nothing beats holidays, you know? That just goes without saying, but well, bravissima, bellissima. Oh, thank you. Grazie, Nicholas. Thank you. Oh, your birthday is 15th of May. All I can remember is Feliz Cumpleaños, but that's Spanish. Joy. Oh. Well, happy birthday. I know the spelling of it in French, but I don't know how to pronounce it, I think. Yeah, it's kind of like happy year to you, right? Kind of. Yes, exactly. Joyeux. Yeah. Anniversary. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Hi, Chicky. My birthday today. Oh, for real? Chadman, happy birthday. You're born on May the 4th? Wait, the force is strong with you? Yeah? Sure. Of course. Hello. Hi. Like, subscribe, join membership. Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome in. Like, subscribe, join membership. Yeah. Joy. Well, happy birthday. Cool. Hey, Flash, how are you? How's everything? Hello. Hi. Like, subscribe, join membership. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. I feel ready. Yeah. Hello everyone. Hi, like, subscribe, join membership. Hello. Hi. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful. Hi, Flo. Hey, welcome back. Hey. Nice. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep playing. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Like, subscribe, join membership. Hi. Hello, bravo, Christine. Thank you. I'm beginning to feel ready. Ooh, cool, cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beginning to feel ready. Hi. Hello. Hi. Excellent. Thank you. You look so happy playing, and it looks amazing. Give me chills. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Like, subscribe to our membership. Thank you. Country Roads. Ah. I actually know that song from a Ghibli movie. Oh, incredible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Everyone. Are you ready for some Star Wars music? Let's see. Darth Vader. Darth Vader. Oh no. Oh no. Sit up straight, father. Oh, dude. Oh no. Darth Vader down. Darth Vader down. Hold on. Just a second. Oh, what's going on? Hold on. Can you sit up? Darth Vader. Darth Vader down. Okay. Like that? Is that better? Okay. Oh, can't see him. Oh, how can you see him? Here? There. Darth Vader. Darth Vader. Okay. Outstandingly spectacular. Christine, you are awesome. Thank you. I will marry you. I will not. Okay. Alright. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, very funny. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everybody. Oh, my Switch. Pause, dude. What's this one then? Okay, well. Because of device issues, I may be able to just play from my phone here, my other phone. Okay, let's see. 안녕하세요. 네. Okay, I'm gonna try. I don't have the app, but let's see. Star Wars. I'm gonna be sight reading like tiny, tiny, tiny little things. These are all from my phone. Hold on. Okay. It's the only option I have. Nope, not yet. Star Wars, please. Stars Wars. Nope. Star Wars. Okay. I can't see your comments because easy piano. Nice. Okay. Here goes. Easy piano. Continue with mobile app. Oh, this is so tiny. Okay. This is just really tiny. Hold on. Okay. Let's turn my connected. Hello everyone, hi. Oh, panda. Hello everyone, hi. Like, subscribe, join membership. Hi, 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 hi. Guessing the notes. It's not even that I'm sight reading. This segment is not called a sight reading. This segment is called Guess the Notes. I guess some of them right. That's good. Hold on. My favorite is piano solo, there you go. Duel of the Fates. I think this is my favorite one. I think it's this one, yeah. let's. Yeah. I'll play this next time we're here. How about that? Um, yeah. It's just yeah. Um. Well, we'll have to play at least Darth Vader theme, I guess. Darth Vader theme. I think it's the Imperial March, right? Cool. The Imperial theme, everybody. French horn solo. Interesting. There we go. Oh, is this bigger font? Just FYI, I don't do. I guess you guys are all new. The reason why I only limit the requests to 1 day per week is because I get all these copyright notices. I mean, unless you have like a huge view count, it's not about the money, but it's just about the copyright stuff. So please limit it to Thursdays for me. Thank you. It's fun to do requests, I understand, but it's not fun for me when I see these copyright. None of it's like whatever I do here on the stream, it's like free. I don't get paid. I don't make money from the streams here. It's not that I want to, but it's just it's like, oh, you're something copyright, something copyright. So can we limit requests to Thursdays? Thank you. I mean, I'm not here to earn money, but just FYI. Thank you. I just don't like seeing the alerts more than once a week. Because, I'm doing all of us, including me, a favor by being here. So, thank you for understanding. And I'll do the Star Wars stuff this Thursday. Because of the device limitations at the moment. Thanks for understanding. Like, subscribe, join membership. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Okay. You got $5 today, though. Ha! YouTube takes they say they take 40, but I calculated it. They don't take 40. They take more than 40, at least from this channel. So yeah, sure. I got like $2, but you have to think, right? A pianist. There's no pianist at my level that is worth $2. So please be understanding. Thank you. I'm not asking for fair pay or money. I'm not talking about money here. I'm talking about there are reasons why we do certain things the way we do. Thank you. Thank you for understanding. And for those of you who are, trickling from other channels, when in Rome. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm the host of this YouTube channel. Sole host of this channel. More information about me is in the description or box below, and the website here below. And subscribe, join membership. Thank you. Hey Gigi, hi, how are you? I should actually practice some Rachmaninoff. Darker side, yeah, I should practice my Rachmaninoff. Use the force. Cool. Nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, definitely, yes. How do you deal with non-intelligent people in general? You just ignore them. I'm curious. It seems easy, but it's not. I mean, in real life. Hi Janice. Happy May the 4th. Yeah, I love your jacket too. Yeah, Gigi, it's, well, not just, intelligent or non-intelligent, regardless, it takes effort to deal, have a good relationship with people, right? So it's just efforts. Yeah. I mean, one would appreciate mutual understanding, but even when people say, "Oh, I understand you," it's like you're not being understood. But sometimes time does resolve it. You just kind of go along with it, and then in time, sometimes what's frustrating about that is that it takes a while for the truth to surface. One of the ways truth, in whichever form, surfaces is through time. With time, truth that is unavoidable, kind of hard to ignore, right? Truth, right? In a very, the more time goes by, the truth of any matter or anything of any field, anything, truth kind of stares you in the face. Kind of like in the foreign events too, like look at the current affairs, right? Like look at the if you see in the news, right? How many times, there are very famous people who during their life were almost persecuted, right? And then after, posthumously, right after their death, truth about that person comes out, right? And then the world is left with, oh, this big like light bulb, right? Oh. It's like sometimes it's like that. That's why a lot of artists and artistic geniuses and geniuses in general never see the light of day during their human days, on earth, right? they enjoy a little bit of it, but most of the time it's posthumously people recognize, because the filters go away, right? So usually, it's a truth about a historic legend or a genius or whoever, a famous person, or maybe a ruler, a king, or whichever it may be, or a scientist, Galileo. During their lifetime, they may not enjoy a lot of things for a lot of reasons. But, posthumously, when they're gone, sometimes when they're long gone, right? Johann Sebastian Bach certainly did not enjoy the fame he has now during his days. Neither did Mozart, neither did Beethoven. You would think that they did, but not to this degree, right? We didn't appreciate these great composers when they were alive, like Chopin. Schubert certainly didn't get any of this. Tchaikovsky, same. None of these people, well, maybe save for Liszt, but he knew how to. Liszt knew how to navigate, right? But even then, a lot of people think he's not as genius as Chopin, or a lot of people think he's not as great as whoever, right? So he's not like a great composer per se. People think that, right? And so even now, at any given point, your full value might not be appreciated. Your full truth might not be accepted. It just takes time. Sometimes it takes hundreds of years, from 1,000 years from now, somebody will maybe try to erect a statue of me. Please don't. Yeah. Just hello everyone. If I'm long dead and it's been 1,000 years and you're still watching me because you have a lot to learn about music through these sessions, then I appreciate you, and thank you for finally figuring out that I've been talking just the truth about myself. But please don't erect a statue from my memory. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, you never know, right? People might try to make a statue of you. I don't like statues of people too much. Quite frankly. I don't mind them in paintings, I guess. But it's like, statues are kind of like, I'd hate to be turned into a statue for any reason. But in any case, right? So, Einstein, we talk about Einstein. And everybody's like, oh, Einstein's a genius. Well, now we think that. But when he first came out, he was hated. Einstein was ridiculed and hated. People hated Einstein. He was very disliked. And you would think oh, but he's a genius. We know he's a genius, it's Einstein. Yeah, everybody knows it now, but when he first came out, they were like, how dare you? How dare you? And that's actually what, that's the price. That's why I always say, don't ever be jealous of geniuses. It's unfathomable. It's unfathomable the amount of unnecessary drama that gifted people go through. So don't be jealous of gifted people, please. Those who wear the crown must bear the weight of the crown. And the crown for geniuses, the weight of that crown is centuries heavy, if not for thousands of years heavy. Yeah, because you have the Greek philosophers, right? I mean, they're geniuses. The Greek philosophers were geniuses. We'd still talk about Plato, Aristotle, Socrates. These people were enlightened geniuses. They had, but when you're extraordinary, you have extraordinary burdens. No one relates to you. You're completely alone. No one understands you. No one recognizes you. You're not appreciated during your lifetime. Everything that you do is for your after death. You don't get appreciated during your lifetime. And that's just something you have to come to terms with. Gigi, if you're in that predicament, I understand. It just takes time. And sometimes you never might see it during your lifetime. You just might never ever see it. And you have to be okay with that. Why? Because it could seem like a curse. The blessing seems, when the blessing is too big and it's too special, then it seems like a curse. But it's still a blessing. So pros and cons. You have to accept it, and you have to just be comfortable with it. It's okay. And just don't look at people. Don't rely on what they say. Don't be swayed by their opinions of you. As long as you are aligned with the truth, and you yourself, is just living your life, living out your purpose, living your mission, for that, 500 years from now, 1,000 years from now, people will finally catch up to you and understand what you're talking about. Then, sure, you won't enjoy the perks of that. All you'll enjoy during your lifetime is, persecution, drama, jealousy, people diminishing you, it's not that great, just to make themselves feel better, right? But that's okay. That's still okay, because that the enjoyment that comes from the actual craft, from the actual understanding of your subject matter, whether it be physics, whether it be music, art, whether it be, whatever it is that you're gifted in, that relationship that you have with your subject matter, that's irreplaceable. So that in itself is a treat. The fact that you're able to enjoy it, say for me, music, right? I enjoy music. When I enjoy music, it's on multiple levels, right? Not just, I like hearing it or anything like that. It's just, I'm enjoying music in multi-dimensional way. So that joy in itself is priceless, and it's something to be grateful for. So even if, the truth about me, and even if, it's all done posthumously, like poor Schubert, gosh, but yeah, even if I know deep in my mind, I know that I'm probably bound to be another Schubert, bound to be another Tchaikovsky, bound to be another Mozart bound to be another, whichever one of those people, right? That posthumously, right? Posthumously, oh, she was right. Oh, we finally understand what she was saying. Yeah, it's still okay. I'm still living my life to the fullest, and I'm very happy. So, Gigi, if this helped you, and people like me, I know you're out there. We exist alone somewhere out there. But yeah, just it takes time, and it might take hundreds of years, but yeah, enjoy the relationship you have with your craft or your subject matter or whatever. Just enjoy that. That's all I could say. Oh, thank you. Like, subscribe, join membership. Great advice, thank you. Yeah, no problem. Glad you said that, because every great writer is a post-mortem writer. I always remember that. Oh, definitely so. Oh my god, that's so true. Yeah, right? Yeah, well, I mean, whatever I said is true because it is the truth. It's just the way it is. But yeah. I see. Cool. Yeah. Hello, 24th century. Thank you for watching today. Hey, Mitch. That's very cute. Thank you. Bach was widely respected in his lifetime. Main problem was that he was too expensive for most people. He could demand a lot. When he was getting hired, he was not the first choice, right? Telemann was. Josek. That's quite a morbid truth, but a truth nonetheless. Yes, it's a very morbid truth. Yeah, it takes time. Everything takes time. Because, yeah. Thank you for finally figuring. Well, but it's just also referring to all those of Buzz Lightyear also disclosed Space Mountain, Hyperspace Mountain. May the fourth be with you. Yeah, I love Hyperspace Mountain. Although one time, yeah, I got showered with somebody's yeah. Anyway, heard the saying before: ignore a problem long enough, and they'll eventually go away. Yeah, sometimes it loses steam. Really does. Yeah. But yeah, I just want to help. I just want to help people who feel alone in their endeavors. Too bad we won't be in this live stream 100 years from now. I've got to finish up that time machine. Yeah. Thank you. Well, let us know. Thank you. The problem Mozart faced during part of his life was that he refused to bow to the whims of the aristocracy, which demanded elegance and fluidity. No, Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Why is Cheruskin? Do I have Wise Cheruskin here? Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah. For those of you who are really interested in music theory, or no, music history, sorry. These are kind of a collection of letters. And these are letters that Mozart wrote himself So like his own words, right? So it's not he said, she said, but I highly recommend this book, Music in the Western World, Wise Truskin. I probably have like a ancient version of this. Sometimes I get like books from used or like library donations that are free, that are out of print and stuff. But yeah, it just says some well, anyway, but yeah, this is one of the most fascinating books in terms of like music history. If you're really into music history, I suggest you get this one and read how many hundreds of pages? Sorry, just a second. Oh. Just about over 500 pages. Around 500 pages. But if you're a big music buff, what's 500 pages, right? And there's actually I have another book. It's actually a collection of letters. I actually have like a hard copy of the collection of letters composers wrote to another person or whatever. Anyway, well, in whichever way. The thing that peeved Mozart the most, and Beethoven, and Chopin, and actually all composers and all musical geniuses, and anybody who's way ahead of the time, the thing that peeved them was that, let's see, so the thing that peeved, frustrated these genius composers, genius musicians, just geniuses in general, is that brain power wise, way ahead of time, right? It would take thousands of years or hundreds of years at least, thousands of years for people to catch up to them. But at the time that they're living in, there were other people, non-geniuses, that held the power, right? So they get to dictate how these geniuses should live, should behave, should talk, or whatever, It's like, do as you're told, right? But the thing is, sometimes, like when they get commissioned, right? These commissions, when you get commissioned and you work with it came with a lot of what they wanted. And what they wanted was things that were in vogue, like the things of those times, right? But obviously, with these geniuses, they heard things, they saw things, they knew things that the people of the contemporary people did not, because they could see the future. One of the things geniuses are able to do, either instinctively or by logical deduction, is to come to a conclusion about the future. And the future, these powerful people had no interest in the future. Why? Why did powerful people, the aristocrats as you say, why did those people have no interest in the future? Because it was their peak here and now. How many aristocratic names do we know that were very popular during Mozart's days? Are they more popular, or are they more well known than Mozart? Are these family names more bigger than Mozart now? No. But at the time of, it was the name of these, it was the name and the power of these people who had power, you know, and they believed that they were right. They believed that they knew better. They believed that the sign of their material blessings or their power blessings, whichever that they had over Mozart, was a sure sign that they were better. So it's like, and that's true even now. So, you know, if you meet somebody who's very wealthy, and I've met some very wealthy people, you know, people, top 10 of Forbes, world's richest people, right? Top 10 people that are easily within the top 10 of Forbes world's richest. They're pretty wealthy, right? They own like what? Newspaper companies, you know, media companies. They own collections of fine arts or museums in their name, and or you know what else, you know, sometimes they have concert halls in their names and university buildings are named after them, whatever. When you meet these people, people with money and power strongly believe that they know better than the geniuses. So they might not be gifted in whichever field, but it doesn't matter to them. What matters to them is that you abide by their rules, because they strongly believe that they're better. And this cycle has never been broken, ever. You know, you would think like Liszt broke it or Beethoven broke it. No, never. It's never been broken. And that power dynamic is what irked Mozart, Beethoven, and whoever, because they had a vision for the future, whichever it may be. And their vision was right. So obviously they paid for it by, you know, the aristocratic people depriving them of whatever needs, or, you know, like cutting them off, or, you know, essentially punished, right? Anyway, that's the that's the general history of the dynamic between the haves and the have-nots, right? And the geniuses usually were born into the have-not categories, and it's either you do everything, you know, you behave in the way that, you know, kind of like Shostakovich was stuck, right? So he had to follow some rules. Kebelevsky had created an enormous amount of didactic materials, teaching materials, because of where he was stationed, or voluntarily or involuntarily, whichever. You know, I don't want to get into politics, but that dynamic has never been broken. Is that dynamic still existing today? Absolutely, yes. But yeah, just all of music history, it's just a repeating pattern. Anyway, yeah, Mozart, Beethoven, Haydn was actually, you know, kind of in close, peaceful amicable relationship with the Esterházys. Haydn does not enjoy the status of Mozart. Obviously, you know, there are different types of geniuses. Haydn does not enjoy the status of Beethoven either. Obviously, they were, you know, they enjoy. But is it coincidence that Mozart and Beethoven were more rebellious? You know, they kept to their, they kept truth to their convictions, their musical convictions. Is it, you know, or do you think if Haydn was more of a genius, that he would have been more rebellious? You know, one never knows, right? that's just, at that point, it's just a hypothesis and whatever. But yeah, truth be told, the powerful, or whoever has the power, whoever has the money, whoever has the position to regulate geniuses or people with the vision or whatever, they always wanted to control the gifted. It's just, and they believe that their words, their opinions mattered more. To the point where they would seem fair. For them, it was fair for them to punish those with vision, those who had the gift. Well, and it's a choice, right? It's a choice. Obviously, it's a choice to, kind of survive, right? Is it a choice to do you survive by abiding by the rules, or do you thrive and die an early death, and then have your name shining brightly for all hundreds of years to come, posthumously, right? So it's that choice that they made, and I think a lot of the geniuses made that courageous choice to say, the hell with it. And yeah, I don't know. I think, this is what I think. I think if people were more educated, even the very powerful, very wealthy, I think if they were educated, right? And they could see the vision. They could share in the vision with the gifted. If they could do that, then their name would be immortal as well. For example, Beethoven had some friends who supported him, and they had some works dedicated to them. I mean, their names might not be as famous as Beethoven at all, but they're still, their name does live on as people who are supportive of Beethoven, right? As opposed to, how ridiculous do people look when, now, if they were alive now, these are aristocrats that opposed Mozart and, had their dogs circle around him while he was working hard, whatever, just kind of like, oh, who cares about Mozart? It's us. It's all about us, right? How ridiculous do they look now, right? Regardless of how much power and money that they had back then, that's irrelevant now, right? Once they're gone. Anyway, but yeah, I think if the there's no way to gap the bridge between a genius and one who's not gifted in the field, right? But well, whatever. Anyway, I wanted to share some tips. I had a few. I had like 5. But I think I would just want to share one of them. Yeah, it's gonna be Then would it be like if most of your video would have lived in today's era with the social media? Oh, it would have been the same. It would have been worse. It would have been the same. You always have the light of Arendelle Star after all. Thank you. People wouldn't appreciate them at all nowadays. Yeah, it would be maybe even harder. Yeah. Hi. Hey. Hello. Hi. Hey. Nice. human nature, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just yeah. Yes, many geniuses were killed. Yes, literally. Yes, they were. Yes, and you know those people, and people who like saw the people who foresaw the future, prophets were killed too. They were like, if you don't do this, this is gonna happen. No, and then killed. But then some, you know, same thing happens, right? It's like because they're prophets, right? They talk about the truth. It's like, oh, this is gonna happen. It's bound to happen. You know, it's whichever. You can't stop the truth from being. Nobody. But the sad part is that it takes too much time. But the good part is that with enough time, all truth surface up. But it's just, that's the sad part, is that it just takes too long. Anyway, you have the voice, the credibility to do it, whichever. Have you ever thought about doing live streams where you tell the stories of certain pianists or composers, maybe weaving in some of your own experiences that might have parallels? You have the voice and the credibility to do it. No, I'm not interested. I'm not much of a talker. Not really interested. Do you read books? You have a lot of books. Oh, yes, I've read a lot of books and I read books, yes. It's a really good idea. That's cool. Chopin should just come back and show us how it's done. Absolutely. But he did actually put it in the scores, so. And Chopin's been decomposing recently. Oh my gosh, that's such a morbid joke. Clara Delaney. Hey Tony. Hi Christine, everyone. May the 4th be with you all. Yeah, cool. Well, yeah, it's good to celebrate with all of you. I just wanted to give a little pointer. May the 4th, I was going to share multiple points, but I'll probably just find another outlet to do so. But I'll give you one tip that everybody could use. Very practical. It takes so long to reach a universal status, but a genius will always be recognized by some people during his or her time, just like you now. Yeah, thank you. I don't know if you had that saying where you're from, but in France we say it's faster to lie than to set the record straight. Oh, isn't it? Yeah, well, you know, whatever. Okay. So I'm going to give you here. Okay. Hello. Hi. Can you hear me? Okay, maybe I could switch over to my headset. Does it have battery? Okay. Hello, can you hear me now? Sound? No, still no sound? Yes, yes, yes. Yep, yes. Sound back? Yeah? All good? Thank you. All right, I'll start from the beginning. Thank you. Okay. All right, then I'll say it from the beginning. All right, so, uh, okay, I'm giving you tip of sight reading. Sight reading is a very misleading name because sight reading actually uh, is testing your vault of knowledge, your vault of skills, whatever is stored inside you. That's what sight reading does. It, sight reading is an automated response of what is already installed in you. So sight reading is actually not reading on sight. It's actually seeing a score for the first time and assessing everything that you have already, your technique, your music theory knowledge, your music history knowledge, and putting it all out there as if it's an automated response, like a reflex system. So it would be, you know, it would be kind of strange to say, well, this is a course in sight reading. But I'll tell you a tip that makes you read better, faster. Okay? And these might be a review for some, it might be new for some, but I just want to give you an example of what you could possibly memorize. One of the ways that you could improve your sight reading is by doing technical exercises. Because think about it this way. You might have it in your head, right? Say that you could sight read it like, oh, I know this is middle C, this is da 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 da. But the key to it is that your finger reacts immediately. In order for your finger to react immediately to what you see, uh, and even look in the future, predict. In order for you to do that, you have to have a lot of finger independence at will. Sometimes there's going to be jumps. Sometimes there's going to be scalar passages, arpeggiatic passages, things like that. So you just have to be uh, on standby, pretty much, your fingers. So I suggest number one is you practice your Schmidt, your Dochnanys, your Czernys, your Hannons, whichever. By the way, Czernys are really good for sight reading exercises. For those of you who are, kind of beyond the dozen a day levels, if those of you who are trying to improve, from scratch, then I would suggest, very basic ones like a dozen a day, or you could use, if you have hand-me-down easy books, primer level bastions or primer level pre-level books or level one books, any easy piano level books that you could get your hands on. Those would be really good for you to practice sight reading if you're already well versed in navigating through the topography and things like that of the keyboard. If Okay, so that's that. Now um, let's get into the practicality of score reading. Practical ways to score read, just reading wise. Um, let's do a little bit of categorizing. First category is going to be odd numbers. Odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, and 7. Yes? Then how about the even numbers? Can you give me the even numbers? Yes. This is a brilliant demonstration. Thank you. Focus on the whole house, not just the door. Yes. Thank you. Hey, Norberto. Hey, cool. Yeah, so what are the even numbers? Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, 2, 4, 6, 8. Even numbers. How about odd numbers again? 1, 3. Thank you. 2, 4, 6, 8. Absolutely. How about even numbers? Yes, 10. Very good. How about odd numbers? Type in your odd numbers. It's very easy, right? Yes, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Absolutely. 1, 3, 5, 7. Absolutely. For now, what we're doing, we just need to go all the way up to maybe 8. Yes, there are 9th chords and there are 11th chords and there are 13th chords. And there are chords beyond that too. But at that point, when chords go beyond, when the extended chords go beyond 13th chords and stuff like that, it becomes a little bit more similar to quartal harmony. There's an actually argument that quartal harmony is actually not quartal, but it's just a very extended term of very extended form of tertian harmony, which we cannot dismiss that possibility at all. But for the point of what we're doing right now, all we need to do is memorize 1, 3, 5, 7, and 2, 4, 6, 8, belonging to separate categories. Yeah, pretty easy, right? Everybody knows odd, 1, 3, 5, 7, even, 2, 4, 6, 8. Very good. Now, this is something that we're going to do. Can you type in here odd, same, even, different? Can you remember that? Odd, same, even, different. So I want you to associate with odd integers, odd numbers. So odd is going to be same, and even is going to be different. Okay, and I'll let you know in a second why this is so. Odd, same, even, different. That's something you're going to have to memorize. Okay, in sight reading, a lot of the things have to do with intervals. Scalar intervals. A scale is a collection of intervals. A scale is a collection of seconds, right? Arpeggios are a collection of thirds, fourths, whichever. So everything that you read on the sheet music could be broken down into intervals, or a collection thereof, or a sequence thereof, or patterns thereof. So whether it be sequences or patterns, everything could be broken down into intervals. Intervals, the definition of intervals is distance between one note to the other. So because every music is made up of distances between one note to the other, we could safely break down and say that intervals are like cells. We're made up of cells, right? We're made up of molecules. Yeah, but we won't get into that, right? But let's just say we're breaking down music into the smallest unit. Then amongst the smallest unit is going to be what we call intervals, distance between two notes. Okay, so then odd number 1, 3, 5, 7. We're going to remember it as being same. I'll explain to you later. How about even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8? We're going to remember it as different. Okay, here's the thing. When you have an odd interval, you almost always have it as line to line or space to space. So if you see line to line, it's going to be an odd interval. 5, 3. When you see space to space, it's going to be either 3, 5, or 7. When you have an even interval, it's going to be different. It's going to be a combination of line and space. Now, if you don't know what line and space notes are, you know how notes are circles? If there's a line going through the circle, then it's line. And then if you have no line going through, then we call it space. Okay, so we call this line to line, space to space, space to space, space to space. Depending on the size, okay, if they're stacked up like this, very close to each other with maybe one line in between, if they're stacked up right up on top of each other, the distance is going to be small. Therefore, it's going to be 3. Distance, smaller, lower number, right? So say, for example, your market is close by, right? Then the mileage from your place, your house, to your market might be 1.5 miles. That's close. But if you're going from here to maybe downtown somewhere, major city or whatever, or the beach, and you live far away from the beach, then, you might say, oh, it takes 20 plus miles to go to the beach. Then it's going to be higher number of miles, right? We're talking about distance. When you see a bigger gap in between the notes, then it means it's going to be a higher number. The higher number equates to the distance between the notes. So if it's a small increment like this, right next to each other, one is a space note, the other one is a line note, space note. You have a line going through. It doesn't matter if it's open like that or if it's all colored in like that. Okay? What matters is that if you see a line space combination, it's going to be one of the even numbers. In this case, it's going to be 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7. This is 2. Now what is this then? This is bigger than 2. So it's going to be 4. Right? And right? So you have to memorize the way to sight read fast is going to be dependent upon your recognition of intervals. When you have line to space, it's going to be an even interval. The closer the notes are to each other, the smaller the number, because we're referring to distance between the two notes. Okay, so this is 4. How about this? It's going to be 6. And then obviously this is going to be 8. Okay? So when you have a mixture of line and space, then it's going to be even. But when you have line to line or space to space, and they're the same type of space to space or line to line, then it's going to be odd interval. And depending on the size of the whether the notes are closer together or further apart, the numbers are gonna increase or decrease by the size of the intervals. Makes sense, right? Very practical. This is gonna be the easiest, most basic, and the most practical tip to sight reading. This and the fact that you should be probably practicing your Hanon, Czerny, Schmidt, Dochnani. I don't know if you practice list finger exercises. Go ahead, but you should be doing some finger drills because they contain patterns, and then so that you could automatically go from 3, 5, 6, 7 without thinking. The process needs to be very automated for you to be able to sight read well. Now, a really good sight reader will predict the future. And that prediction only happens when you're above a certain level of musicianship, not above a sight reading level. Your level of sight reading is going to be tied in with the musician that you are. Because a really good sight reader will see the style that it's composed in. See if you have like a clave rhythm in the left hand, then you'll realize, oh, this is how you make this kind of aesthetic sound, right? Say you have Alberti bass in the left hand, then you kind of assume, this belongs in the classical period, less pedal, voice the top, right? And you bring out the bass slightly in the Alberti bass, but you keep the left hand light, right? That kind of adjustment only comes from being a very seasoned uh, pianist, right? So it's important that sight reading does not happen. A good sight reader, uh, they're not, it doesn't happen overnight, but memorizing your intervals help you become a better sight reader for sure. Okay, so this is a very practical guide to sight reading music well. Now, then we're going to have a little quiz to review what we just learned. Okay, I got a fresh board. Ta-da! Okay, so so I'm going to write an interval, and you're going to tell me. We don't need to get into the quality of the intervals now. When you're advanced, in the future, there's going to be something called the quality of the intervals. Okay, major, minor, diminished, augmented, perfect, so on and so forth. Those you don't have to worry about those. Okay, for the purpose of this, all you have to know is that line to line, space to space is going to be an odd interval. Anything a mixture between a line and a space note is going to be an even interval. And how you're going to calculate the number, or how you're going to come up with the number, is that closer they are, the smaller the number, because they're closer. And then the further apart the notes are, the bigger the number. That's all you need to remember. Okay, so we're going to have a little quiz. Hello, everyone. Welcome, like, subscribe, join membership. And let's do a treble clef that everyone really knows very well. Okay, so let's stick with the treble clef. Everybody's kind of familiar with the treble clef. So, let's see. Odd, same. Even, different. Absolutely. Odd, different. Yes, absolutely. Good job. Very nice. Quiz time. Yes. We're going to have a few quizzes. Okay, so let's do this one. Which one is this one? Which interval is this one? Thanks. Yeah? Third. Good, good, good. Yes, very nice, very nice. It's not a minor third, but sure, they're very good, very good. Not, it's a major third, but that's okay. All right, let's do this one. Next one. Which one is that one? Which one is that one? This one is. Which one is that one? This one's gonna be. Hi. Hello. Hi, hi. Fifth. Exactly. That's very good. How about this one? Space. Oh, it's line to line, space to space are going to be odd numbers. This one is kind of big. This one's kind of big. You could fit in 3 and then 5. Therefore, this is going to be 7. Yeah. Yeah? Okay, let's do another one. How about this one? What's that one? It's a combination between line and space, so it's going to be line and space, so it's going to be even number 4. That's right. Okay. And then how about this one? Combination of line and space is going to be which one is this one? It's an even number. 6. Absolutely, yes. Yeah. And how about this one then? How about this one? Five is odd. This one is space. This one is line and space. How about this one then? How about this one? Line and space. Line plus space. F plus G is second. That's right. Right? So all the ones that have line and space combination are even intervals. All the ones that have the same line to line or space to space are going to be odd intervals. And if you could recognize that and say, ah, this is fifth, seventh, 3, then you have a much better chance at reacting correctly to what you see, which is sight reading. Okay, good, good, very nice. Yeah. So, hello everyone. Hi, like, subscribe, join membership. So, I want you to memorize. Intervals. Okay, so this is going to be second, 2, and then 3. Oh, hold on. It's going to be 3, space to space, 3. It's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Yeah. So these are going to be even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, and even. Okay, I'm giving you a very quick lesson on intervals. Yeah, and if it's even, then you're going to have a combination of line and space. If it's odd, then it's going to be space to space or line to line. Even, line to space. Odd, space to space or line to line. Even, line to space, space to line. Odd, space to space. And even, so it's going to be even is going to be a combination of line to line and space notes. Odd is going to be either space space or line to line. Okay? And so sometimes you're going to see a sixth, right? Sometimes you're going to see a sixth, right? And then you're going to say, oh, I don't know if it's going to be a fourth or eighth or sixth. I just know it's not a 2, right? But you feel like, I don't know how to tell, all the notes in between, right? Actually, what you could do is you could convert this 6 into either line to line or space to space. So try to imagine a fifth next to it, right? Here's a little trick. Try to imagine a fifth next to it, and oh, I see that it's one bigger, right? Try to fit in your smallest odd integer into the even integer, or go to then what you do is see, this one's same, this one's one smaller, so this is 8 because it's one bigger than 7, right? Because everybody knows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So it's a little trick to how to sight read better. Memorize your intervals. And if you feel like memorizing intervals, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, is a little too tedious and one by one, then what I want you to do is just memorize that odd intervals are line to line, space to space. Even intervals mix the two. It's a mixture of the two. And if you ever come across a big interval, but you're not sure what it is, then imagine either line to line or a space to space next to it and calculate it. So when you calculate that, you might want to have a common, you might want to start with either B or either D. Yeah? And we'll get into this more later, right? So I want to help you. I want to help you sight read better. So we could talk about scores, everybody. Talking about music scores would be so fun together. because then you'll understand what interpretations actually mean. Interpretations are based on the written score, and not necessarily he said, she said. Interpretations are the more better the interpretation is, the more closer to the score it is. So I want everybody to um, be able to read music. So memorize your intervals. Your intervals are going to be very easy to memorize because it's 1, 3, 5, 7 odd, 2, 4, 6, 8 even. Okay, and on the sheet music, yeah, if you see space to space or line to line, then it's going to be an odd interval. But if you see a mixture of line to space or space to line, okay, then it's going to be an even interval. Okay, so we're going to go over this again next time. Okay, all right. Like, subscribe, join membership. Reading chorales help me with interval identification. Absolutely, yes. That's actually one of the best. One of the best secrets to sight reading better is to read Bach chorales. There's very few better ways to improve your sight reading than to read hymns or chorales. Yeah. Let's see. You're pretty good at teaching. I was explaining notation to my niece and had to pause for like 10 seconds between sentences to deconstruct jargon in my head. Yeah, yes, I am a professional performer and a professional teacher as well. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, do we count a unison as an interval? Absolutely, yes. 1 to 1 and 8 to 8. 1 to 1, 1 to 1 is an interval. Um, and you'll see this in future references. Although it might seem not common now, you see in the unison, there's sometimes there's like a double notation, whatever, and one of them actually moves away while the other one stays as like a pedal point or something like that. So you'll see like an instance of unison departure, especially in composers like Rachmaninoff and things like that. That's a very good question. Um, Most of what is being taught in either it be private lesson setting or in classroom settings, whatever it may be, it's actually based on it's it's actually based on everything that's been written. If it hasn't been written, we probably wouldn't study it. So we're actually studying bits and pieces of what's already being used. So yes, so is the interval as an interval important? Absolutely yes. And I will see even in Bach and things like that too. Uh, there's gonna be different voices sharing that same pitch, um, the unison. But then they're gonna move because maybe one of them's been doing scalar and the other's been going skip, skip, skip down, and then they meet at one point, and then uh, they continue onward this way. So it's like it becomes like a big graph of like an X. I'll explain that later too. But yeah, very good questions. So in short, yes, unisons are intervals. One is still an interval. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. Please remember and memorize. All you have to memorize is that odd intervals are line to line, space to space. Even intervals are a combination of line to space notes. That's all you need to remember for now. Okay? Thank you. Like, subscribe, join membership. We're all in unison right now. That's very good. That's very awesome. Okay. And I will give you more practical tips that help you um, uh, understand music. Okay? So we're starting with intervals at the moment. Thank you. Like, subscribe, join membership. Thank you. Okay, and I will see you next time. Not tomorrow, but Wednesday. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you when we get back Wednesday. That was great. Thank you. I'm glad that you found that to be great, and I'm glad I got my microphone working eventually. Thank you. Um, all right. I'll see you. Have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye. Thank you, Christine. Enjoy the rest of your day. May fourth will be. Thank you so much, Mitch. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Yeah. Just remember your intervals. Odd, same. Even, different. Okay? Odd, same, even, different. Odd, line to line, space to space. Even, space to line to space, different. Okay? That's all you need to remember. Homework for Wednesday. We're going to do some reviews and we're going to do some add-ons. Okay? All right. Evens, odds, 1357-2468. Bye, everyone. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye bye. Thank you. Yeah, have a great. Thank you so much. See you next time. Thank you.